Oh, hi, Wednesday Live at 5. YouTube extravaganza.
YouTube extravaganza.
I feel like it is an extravaganza. I feel like it is.
I feel like you're right. James Dunlop. All right, lads, how are we doing?
All right, James.
Blue Boy Stew, hello, Wednesday lot. Like, subscribe, and one day sign up to Patreon. You know it makes sense.
Everyone knows it makes sense to sign up to Patreon.
They do. Benjamin Fairclough on our Patreon in at number 1. Hi, Ned. Gary Ward. Howdy. Mike Barrett says it's Wednesday, it's 5 o'clock. It is. Chen Lars says, who moans about the heat the most in the studio?
I don't moan about the heat whatsoever. I don't think anyone moans about the heat.
No,
we don't mind it, do we?
You dress appropriately, don't you? I've got shorts on today, and
I don't think I'm quite at the short stage yet.
No, but I'm just like, well, I've got the hoodie on.
Outside.
I've got the hoodie on to regulate the temperature. I do think maybe we should invest in a fan for the summer and have it on when we're not filming.
It is warm in the summer, isn't it?
Wow. Well, it is warm in the summer generally. I mean, that's...
No, but in here, I mean. So
we should have a fan that we have over there, have it on.
Me sat behind the camera.
And then turn it off when we start filming.
Yeah, maybe. Alfie Boy says, guess Baz dismissed our recent home form during his Toffee Picks and thinks we'll score 3. Bold. Got to, Alfie, you've got to. I just feel like there will be that game when we just score goals again, because every team has it. I know we had that early on. And I feel like with James coming back and Dom scoring them goals with England, it's like refreshed. And I think the break will really help Everton, actually. I think we've seen all the pictures of them training at the weekend, didn't we, on Saturday? And, you know, James was there, and you had Richarlison and all of that at Finch Farm. And I think it just gives you that reset, and it's give the manager and the coaching staff a chance to work with some players over that period of time as well. So I think everything's set up for this last 10 games. So I'm confident, and I also think that we're not lucky, we're fortunate in a way that we're not playing till Monday as well, because it gives the lads who've been away in international break.
And apparently Tom Davis and Ben Godfrey are not playing the England under-21s because they both failed like fitness tests, which isn't great. But
then they've got the extra 2 days now.
But they did have a fitness test as well, which must mean they were close.
Yeah, they were close.
Toffee Picks is available now for Monday's game. Go and check it out. There'll be a video coming out tomorrow to go through it all, as you know.
Free to play.
And Toffee Picks is a really good way of checking out what your mind, where your mind is when it comes to Everton games. You know, whether you're positive, whether you're negative, whether you're going from your heart, whether you're going from your head. So make sure you get involved. £500 prize pot. We had 5 winners who won £100 each last time out for the Everton game. So money will be won. So it could be you, and it's for free. But obviously terms and conditions apply.
Got to be 18
and play responsibly.
Do it.
It's free.
Do it. Big Teasy is saying, evening boys, I'm listening to Live at 5 while power washing my garden.
It is the time for we just got a power washer.
Okay.
We've just got one. It's only a small one. And my missus last Saturday, I just left it to her.
She's using it, loving it.
Got it. And it doesn't have to make a difference when you clean all the winter grime off the stones outside. Makes it look a little bit nicer, a little bit brighter. This is now the time, because the clock's gone forward. We've got a little bit more sunshine. People are feeling a bit more positive. Bank holiday coming up now, a couple of bank holidays. So it's not barbecue weather, it's just barbecue season. It's the start of it.
Okay.
So jet washers ahoy.
Well, he's power washing his garden. Hope it passes the time quickly. Oh, the joys of gardening. I wonder if Dick L has to do all the gardening for Mrs. L. Maybe if he did, it would be a way of keeping her sweet so he can wash the footy. And Gareth says, Dick L's been quiet. Yeah, I know you'll come back. Dick L's been quiet lately. Wouldn't be surprised if Dick L was under the patio rather than cleaning it, a.k.a. Trevor Jordash.
Okay, right, let me just, right, so where's the card?
No, there is a little...
It's right there, next to your left hand.
There?
Behind it.
There?
Yeah.
It's like the little thing.
It is. Yeah. So, this box arrived today with 3 cakes, a Victoria sponge, chocolate and lemon. Don't know if you can see that. They're all in that box. And it says, to Ped, Brad and Ned. It doesn't say Brad. It says Barry.
Yeah,
Got full tail. Have a happy Easter from Dick L. and family. Come on, you Blues.
Dick
I
Hill.
mean,
He's around.
Are we allowed to give Dick Hill any more grief after this?
No, well, I don't know whether we give him grief. Dick Hill goes like that, knocks them up for us to just slam them.
No, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. But he plays his part.
His missus is the pre-assister.
Yeah.
He's the assister, and we tap them in. So there you go.
Dick Hill's the man.
This is what you get, by the way, our patrons. We are like the teachers at the end of the term. We are the teachers to give us the little gifts at the end of the year. That's how much our patrons love us.
Got them through a year of COVID.
That's how much our patrons love us.
How much we love our patrons.
A year of COVID. Sophie Gallagher says, evening lads, when will the spade start to go in the new ground? Me red mate still don't think it'll happen. Calling it the imaginary ground. Well, nothing can happen at the moment, Soph. They're doing all the final bits. And then probably you'll start to see stuff happening. I should imagine June, would you say?
Yeah.
Probably take to about June because there's a lot of stuff going on. But there is stuff down there already, though. Everton Lango Rock have been on site since August, I think, or September, testing the brick and testing various materials. So there is stuff to
There's stuff that can happen straight away, and I'll tell you why, I think. Because the planning permission came in like separate parts. So now it's all signed off. I think it can start in separate parts. And obviously the big part's the money and the financing, and that's got to be done. So as soon as I imagine, and I imagine this has probably already been done, the contracts are fully signed with Lango Rock, and they're the preferred contractor and all that. They can get on with a few little jobs. I mean, there's a few little jobs that can be done straight away. One of them is the site. You've got to make the site safe. So for the lorries and the equipment.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see the site getting made up to spec. So lorries can go in. Because you're going to need a load of sand and all that. But we'll tell you one thing that has already started. Further down. Mm-hmm. This is what's hilarious. Further down.
Yeah.
One of the other docks is getting filled in, right?
Is it?
Yeah, to make what glorious thing do you think is going to get made there?
I don't.
An extension of a scrapyard.
Okay.
So because it falls outside the perimeter of Inescu and all these people,
it can just get filled in.
It can just get filled in. So a dock further down is getting filled in to make a scrapyard. Norton scrapyard is getting bigger. So when people talk about the docks and having to look after them, preservation, how are they going to do it? One's actually happening right now. They're filling it in with sand right now. So I hope we've got a couple of people on site like that. Why are you doing that? But so little jobs can start. And do you know what? Do you know one things on big jobs? Little jobs are really important. They're the ones that They're really important.
They can be the time killers.
Well, if we get it started now, don't forget it's planned to take 50 weeks. So it's 6 weeks short of 3 years. Right, 150 weeks, sorry. No, 150 weeks, sorry. Is obviously 6 weeks short of 3 years. Yeah. So if we get it started in 6 weeks, then whatever date we get it started from, then 3 years minus 6 weeks.
You're taking it from there,
so, but when you get it done, don't forget you've got to do test events as well.
Yeah.
To make so you want to get it started around June, so you've got enough time at the end of June. At the end after 3 years, that you've got enough time. So
to be honest, that most of the assessments we've seen and most of the stuff we've seen, it's the full time for the build with contingency put in is 2 years, 9 months. So it's actually way short of 3 years, and that's with contingency.
Oh, it's contingencies.
So obviously you never know what you're going to find or what's going to be delayed or whatever like this. But as soon as it is, Soph, we will be down there and it'll be exciting.
But don't think
nothing's
happening like now. Stuff is happening. Like there's guys wearing Lango Rock gear with Everton logos on it and all kinds. That's already started. You know, my our fella's in the building game. When I mean the building game, he's not a builder. He works for companies that provide the materials for these kind of things.
Yeah,
and he said he knows. He tells me all the time the stuff's ongoing. Like there's so much little like they'll have to tarmac the road. I imagine they'll have to tarmac the inside of it to make sure that it's a flat, even surface for when those concrete trucks come in. Those roads will need to be.
Mind you, inside. Don't think they could tarmac inside it, can they? Because
no, it'll be like a
preserve the stuff.
No, but it'll be they'll have to put down something.
Oh, they'll have to be something that A protects the stuff and B is level for the
like
lorries.
A concrete. They'll put down tarmac which they can rip up to make sure that it's an even flat surface for those large lorries
everything
that come
that's
in.
Going in, yeah. Got to drain it and everything, haven't you?
Got to get the fish out.
Amy literally saying tell Ped about that.
No, I know.
I've been telling.
I'm telling my missus, and because my missus is she's like, because she's regimented. Yeah. She's trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah. All that's a YouTube video on as well, so fair play. Roy Keane on YouTube says R.I.P. Claude. R.I.P. Claude.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely.
We had a
shocking.
We had a little chat about Claude yesterday on Live at 5. We'll get it out actually today on our socials. Just a little chat that we had because I think
really
Ned's going to get that done. He's going to get that out on our socials. Just
sad, horrible.
Just because it's an important topic, and I think we talked about it yesterday. And after the show, there was a video emerged from a few years back when he was talking to Robbie about. I don't know if he's somebody. Maybe I think he was somebody struggles, but he said apart from football, I've got nothing, and I know people like that. I know people.
A lot of people like that.
I know people who've got nothing, no family, nothing. It's all about going to match, and that's their entire lives, and they don't care about anything else in terms of like going on holiday or anything. Yeah. All they care about is going that match. You take that away from them, you leave a hole that can't be filled because they've got nothing else to fill it. Yeah. And I think with everything else that's gone on with Claude in the last year. On the channel, I think it's.
He's had a tough time, and obviously, he's thought that was the only way out or whatever. It's just so sad, isn't it? So sad.
I don't think it's. I think it's hard to appreciate how people in that place think, because they're not thinking rationally to the way you think they think. They don't. I imagine they don't think, oh, I'm going to kill myself, blah blah blah. You know. It's like, it's a thought in their head. It's like, well, what's the point? It
depends where you're at. I mean, obviously, my cousin killed himself. And yet, he'd built a structure to kill himself with. But told his mum he was going home the next day. And that was obviously, that's someone's in that darker place. That it's just, it's horrible. And obviously, like you say, if he's lost the thing that was his big thing, and the other thing we forget about, like, it's not just going to match. We're getting to socialise every day, and then we've got our wives and families and stuff that we'll see. Some people, their whole life is the socialising around them. I mean, they feel it. Who we speak to, his life's going home and away with Everton. He sees his mum, but he's also been stuck in on his own for so long, and he doesn't really see anyone else because of where he is.
It builds the crux of your life, doesn't it? Because you get involved in the other things. Because it becomes a social thing. It does become everything to some people, and sadly, with everything that's gone on and people online. I mean, Ross Chandley from the Redmen wrote a piece last night, which I retweeted and put on our thing, and it was absolutely fantastic. All about social media and about online abuse and everything. It was brilliant, and we know Claude suffered through that as well. And people say things on the other side of a keyboard or a phone, and to them they can give you abuse, and then 3 seconds later you might be the furthest thing from your mind. They might, you know what I mean? They go like that, call you whatever or slag you up, and then to them they moved on to the next thing and they forgot about you. But them words are there, and if he's had a bit of that and that's burning his head out, but and they've moved on. To the abuser, you're just that one person. But if you're being abused, you can have a stream of that. And you can't see nothing else. No. You can't get away from it. No. It's there, it's pouring into your feeds. And it's dead easy for people to say, oh, don't look, or don't do this, or don't do that. But people are fragile things. They want to be, people want to be liked.
Of course we do.
Everyone wants to be liked. People want to be loved. And if you're seeing the opposite of that, and
you've got nobody else to talk to as well, by the way. Because even if you have got someone to talk to, if it's still in your mind, if it upsets you, it's still in your mind and it can ruin your thing. But imagine if you actually haven't got anyone to talk to as well as that.
The other side of that, though, is
horrible.
If you don't feel like what people are saying about you is warranted, then you're going to fight your corner as well. Of course you are. You're going to fight your corner. You're going to try and get out there to people why they shouldn't think like that, because they only see, and we see this all the time, they only see a caricature of you. No one knows about that man's life. No one knows what goes on Monday to Friday. All they know about that man's life is how he reacts on videos after a football match. Now, we all know what we're like after football matches. We can be the highest of the highs or the lowest of the low. And if someone puts a camera in front of you and asks you to channel that frustration, especially in the social media age and in the age of Arsenal Fan TV, that journey with Arsene Wenger,
their global reach is huge.
But what they thought about Arsene Wenger suddenly went from being like a fella they liked to like get out of our club, and it was on both sides, and you had like Ty, who was like on one side of it, who was like always defending him, and then him on the other side, and it becomes a caricature, or it's not. Those two lads probably went away and probably went for a bevy and were all laughs. And it's not, they're not laughing because they just staged something. But you do that, you have your opinions, but if you're still mates, or you're thrown together in a circumstance, which is Robbie's channel, then you that might be the only 10 minutes of the week you have those arguments, or you learn to have those, you learn to live with the other person's opinion. And I think that's the other problem of it, what we do, and certainly what Arsenal Fan TV at the peak of that, is you're only getting a caricature of what those people are. And it's not fair to think that that's how they live their lives all week, because it's not.
The whole thing with it as well is, like you say, people see you for whatever, or might just see a clip of something which is part of a bigger conversation, call you a knobhead or whatever, never met you, and might meet you and go, actually, you know what, he's all right. I didn't like what he said there, but he's sound.
We're in a position where we've met a lot of these people. We have had Troops has been in here. I did something with Troops in London in September before he moved to America. Just dead sound guy, dead normal sound guy, funny, always looking for the edge he can rip you on in the video and all that. Yeah. Or you might have a video with him where he's like has a completely different opinion and he's like giving all that. The minute the camera stops, it's like that was done. Yeah. Goldbridge, he gets some massive abuse. We've met Goldbridge. He's nice as pie, quiet fella, does his job, knows what his job is, knows what he's doing. And I seen he got a tweet yesterday saying, sad about Claude, should have really been Goldbridge. And it's like, how do you think people are supposed to deal with those kind of comments?
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Mitchell's fed up of Scouse Mars blaring tunes at 11 a.m. and getting blitzed in paddling pools outside their houses.
We've got one of them behind us. Yeah, we've got one of them. Yeah, we've got one now. This summer. It's
okay. Well, I mean, apparently, it's snowing on Tuesday.
What's weird? Yeah, well, that's it. But what's worse is the music is crap. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was something
else. Each their own, mate.
No, it's crap, Baz. You think it was crap? No, honestly.
But I'm just saying.
But it's loud and it's crap. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was good music.
All right.
Not like next door if they're like blaring a bit of like absolute 90s out or 80s.
But Ned did think that was crap, as he said last week.
80s,
Mathew McHale says, all right, lads, you know why Godfrey isn't playing tonight and Davies isn't?
Not fit, apparently.
That was your moment to say they failed fitness tests.
No, he said, why though?
He said, yeah, but that's because...
We don't know why. I don't know why they're injured.
Chen Lars said, I've infiltrated enemy lines to tell all the YouTube lot to get over Payton for the mere price of $3.50. Great community, daily live shows, and a great laugh. Nice one, Chen Lars. Thomas Jones is lying in bed, 9 a.m. in Vancouver. Come on, you Blues. Wildlife says, R.I.P. Claude. Random Uploads 1987 says, hello lads, hope you're well. In hospital this morning. In the morning, rather, for a hernia operation. Hope to be home for the Everton game. Good luck. Hope it goes very smoothly and you make a swift recovery, mate. from a hernia operation and you're feeling good. And that's it. Henry Bangert says, starting therapy and no Everton for 2 weeks has my mental health soaring. Chronic match debater says, brilliant.
Well done, Baz.
Yeah, says it. I just read it as it says. Baz, favourite
man.
GTA, Vice City or San Andreas? Vice City, I think, because I think San Andreas was too big.
I didn't like San Andreas.
It was really good, but it was too big. So I think Vice City would have been, definitely been my favourite one. AJ's back with some. Oh, hang on. First and foremost, Josh Neerkin, 75 million and can only spend it on one player. Who would you have? Ron?
Would you get Ron for 75 million?
Yeah, apparently he's available for 25 because into the skint.
Jack Grealish.
Oof.
Jack Grealish, telling you now.
Oof.
You heard it here first.
That is a shout.
You heard it here first.
I don't know whether I want to spend 75 million on one player.
No, I'm not. But that's not.
No,
the,
no,
the,
I know
You don't have
you.
to spend it all.
That's not the question. Is it?
I'd have two, not bother about
But
one.
he hasn't asked you two. He's asked you
No,
one.
I don't know. You've said Jack
You've
Grealish.
changed it.
AJ says, future. No, I'm not playing. AJ says a couple of songs. We know this. I mean, why do birds sing so gay and lovers await the break of day? Why do they fall in love? I mean, it's
What is that? Why do
birds
suddenly
sing so
appear?
so gay and lovers await the break of day? Why do they fall in love? But I don't know what it's called.
Why do?
Yeah,
Isn't it called Why Do?
maybe.
Remember Why Do? Why?
I mean, the second one's a classic.
Go on then, classic.
A man walks down the street. I'm not giving it any more than that.
A man walks down the street and says, why am I so famous?
Why am I soft in the middle now? The
It's
rest
been
of
the
my life is
family.
so hard. I'm with my wife and family. Having a
Hang on.
If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty.
And
Betty, when I call you, you can call me out.
Right, can I ask you a
Call me out
question?
loud, then call me
Can I
out
ask you a question? Why are you not singing in your real singing voice? Because that can't be your real
that's
singing.
cringy, I'm
Because
not
if
gonna-
that's your real singing voice,
That's an octave lower.
I will never hire you ever.
It's cringy me sitting here belting out me.
See,
proper
no-
Okay,
voice.
but having a laugh.
No, but I want you to unleash your talents.
Right, you
Get
ready?
your talents out and put them
I
on a
need-
George.
I
Final
need
one.
a guitar.
Final one.
Go on.
Oh, baby, now let's get down tonight. Ooh, baby, I'm hot just like an oven. I need some loving. And baby, I can't hold it much longer. It's getting stronger. Is it that one? Is it Sexual Healing, that?
When I get that feeling, it's like sexual healing.
I think it's a need. But is that what it is, AJ?
I mean,
I'm going for that, but I don't know whether that's what.
I live for AJ's music quizzes.
Do you? I mean, I love AJ's music quizzes, and AJ seems like a top stand-up guy, but I don't live for his music quizzes.
there was a boss game.
He's
in
a
the-
top
know
man,
What? Like there was a
without a
boss
shadow.
game in the. Do you know? The world's actually crying out for more music quizzes. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
Never mind the Buzzcocks. They should bring that back. That was amazing. But there was a game I used to have when I was a kid. And I'm sure it was like a now game. And you had like, it was, you went round the thing and I think...
Did you play the introduction or something like that? Was it anything like a
so,
tape
yeah.
and you just like had to get...
But remember like in the 80s when there was like loads of really good like, there'd be like music quizzes or like things like... Remember the one that used to be on like Saturday morning telly? What was it called? It was on BBC One. And it was on Going Live, and I think it was on Alive and Kicking, and like like 3 people had to talk about the songs that were coming out this week and would either say it was good or bad. See, no one would do that now because they'd be so worried about offending the artist who had brought that, or that artist might be close to the label that they're close to. So they
That's what happens, though.
That's what I'm saying. No one's allowed. No one could go. I don't really like that song. It's not my cup of tea.
Dean Evans says, "Hi lads, few people asking who should be the first opposition at Bramley Moore Dock. Who would you like to see?" I think I'd love to see like Real Madrid, Barcelona or Bayern Munich or Juventus. Like one of those like big European sides because I think that's fitting. I'd understand why it'd be Bayern Munich because obviously the big game at Goodison with Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
But Everton Chili's a good one, but then it's not a big. I want it to be like a real
event.
Yeah. Like Real Madrid, I think would be a fantastic one.
What about Everton versus the Brazil national side?
Why not? Neymar, like that. Neymar, like, who do I play for? My club team at Richie, or do I play for me national? Yeah. But I think, who would you like club side? They one of those three for me.
I mean, I know it's slightly different, but someone like Celtic would be amazing because I think their fans would come like they always do, and it'd be an amazing like atmosphere for the first game. I know it's not mightn't be what everyone wants, show events, and that whichever side you want. But like I said yesterday, it would have to be a proper. We're playing Bayern Munich for these reasons, and they're coming here to open our new stadium, and not just like
proper events. Yeah,
not just like rent a team. Whoever's traveling in the country. That's we played them on a Sunday, and then they played Blackburn on the Tuesday. The team we've played, and therefore it takes away the big reason we played them.
Yeah, boss. Evertonian Luke says, sorry lads, it was late lads. Just watched the Scouts quiz with Hammers and Yerry.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Even I didn't know one of the questions, something about the Spice Girls. Mike Oxmel's Grim says, is Brand signing a new... I know what they are. I just love reading them out.
You're going to go on one of those meme videos with
mate,
gets caught.
I loved reading it out because people have gone through the thing of making these. So if you don't say it, what's the point? He wants to know when Brand's new contract's going to be announced. No, I mean, we heard the other week that there might have been an announcement, but now it's gone quiet. Yeah. Chronic is asking favourite PS4 game. At the moment, I'm playing PS5. I'm playing Valhalla, which is my favourite one at the moment still. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's brilliant.
I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins.
Are you into it yet?
I am now. I wasn't at first. I was getting killed all the time. Yeah. And what I realised was I was playing the hardest mission first. So I went round, did all the little missions first, started to build myself up, get on the clock juice, and get a bit of 5G in my arms, and now I'm all right.
Now you're sorted. Fair enough. Where are we? Davik Tyler says, love you guys. Keep up the good work. Don't let anyone bring you down. Thank you very much. Will do. Judge Kiley says, loving the show. Will Olsen be with us next season? And is he available for the Palace game? I think he is available.
He was on the bench for the Sweden games, so I think he would be. Whether I suppose there's been there was talk the other day that he was quite happy with Everton, and he was over what had happened to him. Maybe Everton have relocated him. I don't know. Would lightning strike twice? I don't know. But then sometimes people don't want to be in the place where they've had a traumatic experience. So they might move him, put him somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know.
See what happens.
Ultimately, we'll wait and see.
James Dunlop says Claude will be missed. IUP says R.I.P. Claude. Mitchell says sorry to hear about your loss, Baz. At least he's out of pain, but the people they leave behind are hurt the most. Yeah, that's the worst, because in those situations, you also really hurt the people you leave behind, because they think, what could I have done, or why didn't you just come and talk to me, or whatever, and you're left with an unanswered question. Like my auntie's still left with that question of why. Still,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
The guilt factor is huge. But I honestly don't believe personally that much can change unless the person who's committing it genuinely wants to. People always find a way, won't they?
Yeah.
You can't be with a person all the time.
No.
But then that doesn't take away the pain, obviously.
No. Mitchell also says most of these people wouldn't say boo to a ghost.
No, I've had people look at me, and I know they've said stuff about me, and they would never say anything to your face. What the hell?
What's the point, though?
What the hell?
And why would, if they were normal human beings, why would you anyway? It's bizarre. Peter Collins says, all right, lads, can you ask someone at AFC to install CCTV at BMD, Bramley Moore, so we can watch the build process on YouTube? I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll have a time-lapse camera. We will be definitely suggesting it to you anyway.
We can't obviously set up a time-lapse camera ourselves. If I was somewhere like the Titanic Hotel,
Or they could, yeah.
I'd stick one on the roof and just
have it there.
And have it there, or I'd get Everton, or on the tobacco warehouses.
Small ships. Matt Powell says, as a 29-year-old, I've got rid of all my social media. For anyone considering it, do it. Well worth it for yourself and your sanity. Yeah.
You shouldn't have to, though, should you? That's the bad thing. But like, why should Thierry Henry have to delete all of his social media accounts?
Well, he's doing it to take a stand, isn't he? Because nothing's going on.
Those companies aren't doing anything, are they?
No.
They're reaping the benefits without doing the hard yards.
Yeah.
We are the product, as Ross said yesterday. We are the product of social media. We are not the customers of social media. We are the products. We are what social media companies sell to companies.
So they don't want to have to police it because then it cuts down what they can sell as well.
Yeah.
Phenomenal Bobby Brogue says, who wins in a RS rap battle between Jamie Carragher and John Bishop?
I think John Bishop would be tripping over some of his words.
I'm not reading the second bit of that. Gareth Hughes says, not a good move for us, I know. Not pushing it at all, but would Dom to Man City make sense for him and for City now that Aguero was leaving? Would hate it as we couldn't replace him, but could honestly see him score. They'll get Haaland.
They'll get Haaland.
They don't want that. They don't want Dominic Calvert-Lewin. They're getting Haaland. Andrew Ryan says, absolutely made up of the stadium news, massive moment in our history, and can't wait to be rocking up at Bramley Moore Dock to watch a game actually kick off. There's a post down the centre to the pitch where I sit. Although I was very surprised, Bill Kenwright was the architect on the whole thing, and that he will personally be laying every brick by hand. Richard Folk says, even and gents, hope all is well. Do you think we need to launch our hat in the ring for Donnarumma, Haaland, Aguero, and make a statement this summer?
Yes.
I know we need a right back and a right winger midfielder, but if we want to break top four, these are the types of players that
Haaland, Donnarumma, and by Debenhams.
If you're a patron, you'll understand all of that. If you're not, I can only suggest you become a patron.
Really no. Wants a shop.
You don't need to elaborate. That was it. I've done it. What's crazy?
Crazy.
Stupid love. What's crazy is that you could go and get Donnarumma and Aguero for no money. Obviously wages, huge wages, but without any outlay. Would you get Aguero?
Yeah, I would.
Would you have any? Right.
No.
Okay.
None. No, I wouldn't have any reservations. That's what you're going to say.
33 in the summer.
Yeah.
33 years of age.
Yeah.
Obviously would be big money because it wouldn't be on what he's on now because he'd understand that he couldn't get that. But big money for a 33-year-old coming in. Would you take him for it?
His injury record is
he's not had a great season this season.
Let's be honest. His injury record isn't great. Someone might take a chance. And it's one of them, isn't it? It is purely 50-50. You know, if you keep him fit, he's going to do well for you. But it's how fit you can... And there's then that temptation of being like, I can't really leave him out tonight because I want him for this game, and you overuse him. And we've seen with James Rodriguez how that can hurt. You don't want too many of those players in your team, obviously. We won't, but someone will take a chance on him, I imagine. Unless he's already got like dreams of going back to Argentina or a nice cushy number in Spain. Maybe Atletico Madrid might come back for him. You know, they've done it with Suarez. Let's be honest, Suarez. How many people would have said about Suarez?
Went back as well there.
Yeah. And he did okay. It wasn't like it's what it is. I think it's how high your expectations are, what your plan is for these people, and I think that's where we are a little bit with James Rodriguez. We brought James Rodriguez in, and we were thinking, we know what we're going to get from him, but we're not going to get it every week. And I think that's why we're a little bit like he's been a good sign. And obviously we've got a video right now on YouTube about that. Whereas other people, I think, have gone, oh, well, our expectations are huge. And what happens then? You're only going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
So I think someone will get Aguero, and I think he'll do all right. And I think marketing and all the rest of it, he'll be brilliant.
Was it Man City who made the final decision not to renew his contract?
Yeah, it was them, yeah.
So
which basically means that they know what they're getting.
Well, for all we know, then Aguero mightn't want to stay in the Premier League. So if we were to get Europe, or a team gets in Europe, then he might stay in the Premier League.
You could go.
I don't think he will.
I can see him going back to Argentina or MLS.
The plus thing with that, he could go to MLS, of course he could. The plus thing If he wanted to stay in the Premier League, he wouldn't even have to move, would he? If he comes to Everton.
If I was David Beckham now, I'd be on the phone.
Yeah.
I'd be on the phone.
Yeah.
I'd be all over that.
Take him to Miami, yeah.
Because Miami is perfect place not only for him. What?
Is that all right? Yeah.
Yeah, God, you know how to stop a man in his throw, don't you? You know how to stop a man in his
That's
throw.
why I just put my thumbs up.
If I was Beckham, I'd be all over that because where are you putting your thumbs?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
yeah.
Normally, though, if you put your thumb up there, it doesn't stop the flow.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami.
Him and Higuain, yeah.
Right, MLS, get a couple of years out of him, bring
South
a
American
lot of people in.
And he loves that.
Don't forget, they played their first year in MLS without any fans on a brand new club.
No, I know.
So they had a disappointing first season. They brought a couple in. Have a good listen.
I mean, Aguero's dream will be to
play with Ryan Shaw. That would be the sell.
That or Kieran Gibbs.
Be like, we've got
Blaise Matuidi, we've got Gonzalo Higuain, and Aguero's like, I don't know, lad. Got Kieran Gibbs and Ryan Shawcross. I'm there. Where do we sign? And Phil Neville's the manager. Where do we sign? Where do I sign? Andy Walker says, apart from the obvious, who would you love to be relegated to the Championship? For me, I always laugh when Newcastle go down.
Yeah.
But I'd also like Spurs and Chelsea to join them.
Why though?
Andy, I'll be honest with you.
If you've got a free hit.
If it was a free hit, it will be a club not too far away from us.
Yeah.
But as long as it isn't Everton, I don't really pay too much attention. Newcastle is
every day
amusing because of the
Newcastle.
Although a lot of their fans have kind of started to change.
I want Newcastle gone, and I want Leeds gone, and West Ham gone.
Say anyone. You name about 19 clubs apart from us, probably. Danny Monarch says, any comments about Daryl Dike as a player? I think it's a good idea to sign more pacey physical players to go with our slow technical ones. I think me and Ped are doing a video on Daryl Dike tomorrow, just a short one, so look out for that one. Yeah. AJ says...
why are we doing a video on Daryl Dike?
Because why not?
Okay.
AJ says it won't be long now till we're watching Sky Sports and you hear, hello Jim, I'm here at Bramley Moore. Fair enough, AJ. Michael says I know...
It's just some fella driving a Lango Rock truck.
I know a lad who took his, this is off Michael, who took his own life last week. He was a big Blue and a big Toffee TV fan. He used to say he'd get home from work and catch up on all your videos to make himself feel better. Since lockdown and not being able to go to the match home and away, his mental health had just deteriorated badly.
Please do me a favour.
I hope you guys know how much you do for people suffering from loneliness, and these Live at 5 certainly make me feel connected to something in these times. So thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for
do me a favour, Michael.
For doing that.
DM me his name.
Yeah.
No, see, you know what that is though? That makes me feel sad. That not only does it make me feel sad, but there's someone out there that was appreciated us, but at the same time, we can. There's no reason why we can't talk to these people. That's what doesn't annoy me, because you can't use the word annoy when it comes to these things. But it is annoying that men are so bad at talking to each other. It's so bad. But like, even if people want to talk to each other about like just anything, do you know what I mean? Like, just talk. Just if people are out there feeling bad, then find a way. Like, you don't need to connect and go, oh, I'm feeling terrible. Just connect. Just connect with somebody over some way.
I wish people would.
That's what I'm saying.
Get in touch with us though, if we make any difference to them, or if they just wanted to talk about footy or whatever, because it is horrible. It's been very, very tough this last year, and we've had it. Personally, we've had it easier than a lot of people because we've still been able to do our job, and we've been able to mix, and obviously with Mathew
we
as well.
Families as well.
Exactly,
yeah.
We've got all that. So, but even we've found it tough at times. I certainly have at times. I'm sure Ped has as well at other times. It's like the monotony of it sometimes, and like no light at the end of the tunnel, and not being able to just do the things you want to do, and have contact with people, So I'm certainly missing the match. So for those people who are on their own and feel like that, if there's other people that are feeling like that, get in touch with us. Yeah. And we do something.
It just frustrates me that
because it's...
It frustrates me that there's obviously someone who used to who watched our videos, but you know, people can just reach out, you know, whether they know us or they don't know us, because there's at least there's a. See, I think that's the most frustrating thing about things like Twitter and things like Facebook is that they can connect people together, but they're being steered in the wrong direction, and therefore people are turning off because it's having a negative effect. I remember when people used to say about Instagram, oh, Instagram's amazing. It's not like these places. You can go and you can look through people's pictures and you can feel happy because there's like nice pictures of people with their dogs or people doing things. But now now it's become this place of like body image and haves and have-nots. Oh, look what we're doing. Yeah, because someone's paying you to do it, mate. And you've got a generation, part of a generation that feel like and I'm sure we've all experienced one way or another, but it feels like it's getting worse because now the door is being opened. You know, in the old days, we weren't privy to what someone else was doing, so it didn't matter. Now it's all there, laid in front of us. And it's been said loads of times, when people go on social media, or it seemed like they were going on social media before this year, everyone was having the greatest time of their lives, weren't they? You go, oh, look what you're doing, And what's that? It's still been happening. It's horrible to see some people on Instagram who've been paid to go to places that we can't go, like Dubai, and post all pictures of them having the time of their lives, thinking that's going to make someone else's life better. That's mad.
It's going to be for them, make their life.
No, I know, but that's mad that they're allowed to do it because it's work. That's mental.
There isn't enough. There's not an alternative offered on these platforms. There's no help offered. There's still a message in society. There's not enough of a message in today's society that it's okay to open up like this. You know, we still hear the phrase "man up," and it doesn't help when someone goes on national TV and said they've got mental health problems and suicidal thoughts.
Not when people are telling you.
And then someone says, "I don't believe you."
Not when someone's telling you they don't believe you.
It's absolute nonsense. That's why Piers Morgan lost his job, and they need to hammer down stuff like this. So why?
Yeah, but the problem is, though, his views are the views of other people, so therefore he'll get a job somewhere else, and that's fine. If we're a society that debates these things, we're not a society that debates. We're a society that one person tells you this and another person tells you that. And that's essentially where it's gone.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. DC71 says social media will always be the hiding place of the coward. James Dunlop says, I'm glad I'm not on any social media platform. Never have been, never will be. Yeah, fair play, mate. Fair enough. Rugby league history says, I get a lot of abuse online from people. I just block them. Yeah, well, that is the way to go. Just block them. But they're still doing it, aren't they? That's what's worrying, but what can you do? Yeah. What can you do? Eugene McGeever says, happy Easter for this Sunday. Ped and Baz, cheers, mate. Matt Powell says, guys, the really disgusting part, I'm a social studies teacher just outside Chicago, and so many kids just want to be social media influencers as a profession. It's really sad.
See,
you can't blame them, can you?
I can blame them.
I can understand that, but the thing is though, like we've just said, it's what they see is an image of perfection. So if you were to, listen, if anyone wants to do what we do, I've got no problem with that. You've got to put the hours in. You've got to work hard. You've got to have a basis of a little bit of nous and a little bit of knowledge. I can't say you shouldn't do that or would put anyone else off doing that. But it's how everything's painted, isn't it? People are seen as influence, have these amazing lives because that's the way they paint it. And yet we've seen people who've gone on like that, what's it called, X in the City or what's the other one called? The one that's on ITV.
Love Island.
Love Island, couple of lads off
Everyone on Love Island are all ripped and they've got these perfect figures.
But two of those lads killed themselves.
Yeah.
Because, and I think this is a thing I've seen.
And the host killed herself.
Yeah, and this is what we've seen recently is people are just thrown forward and are like, you know, they're a big deal. And then some of that, when that starts getting taken away from them, because the next thing comes along, they can't deal with it. Can't deal with how with having that when people start turning, because they always will. People will always start turning because they'll find something out about you, or you'll make a mistake like she did, and the next one they all turn on you, because that's just the way. That's humans.
Mitchell says Simon Jordan made a great point. It'll never change social media because they can't be accountable for every piece of content on the site, aka people's opinions. The laws haven't caught up with social media. No. Jacob Block says why it's Tom Davies and Ben Godfrey being dropped. They haven't, Jacob. They both failed fitness tests, so they're not in the under-21s team tonight. Jake Ablett says, hello lads, I haven't watched the live at 5 in a while. Has Dick L watched an Everton game yet? Any truth in Koulibaly rumours or pure speculation? Liverpool's recent success started with a world-class centre-back and a world-class goalie. Cash in on Mina and get Koulibaly for a cut price. 50 million they want.
Would it be a cut price?
AJ says, imagine opening game at Bramley Moore Dock. Ped and Baz presenters. Ned's signature performance at the end. Oh. I'm sure Bill will sort you out, Ped. Just get him on your speed dial.
Yeah.
Gareth Hughes said, talking last night about social media privacy. I love the petition that's going around on Facebook, of all places, saying that the census is an invasion of privacy. Petition on Facebook about invasions of privacy. Love the irony. The best thing about the census, and people getting all wound up about it, the results aren't available for 100 years. You will be dead by the time you can see what I'm telling you. It's literally fact.
I plan to live longer.
Well, maybe. If you live
saying the census won't be available in years.
There you go.
I'm just saying I'm planning to live a little bit longer.
No, but even if we were, what relevance will it have in 100 years to go?
Census,
Jimmy wasn't. He was shining on there in number 12. 100 years ago.
Is a way that for you or for the people to understand where people are, who people are, populations, what their requirements are, what their needs are, and that's all fed in so they can spy on you more.
But we've all got these, and they're spying on everything we do.
Maybe some fella in a call centre in Russia is looking at me.
I literally spoke about the EE, and they just phoned me for the 4th time. I haven't rang them. They phoned me the 4th time, and every one of my adverts is EE.
We've got the biggest spying, all these
we've literally got a bug. We're walking around bugged.
All these bellends, you think you're going to get a microchip from your vaccine. You've got a microchip in your pocket. It's called your phone. They watch and listen to everything. Every stroke of a key is being what. Go and watch. There's a Netflix documentary about it, and it's not like some super X-Files conspiracy. It's all true, and you know it yourself. Every time you've said something in front of your Alexa, 5 minutes later, you go on your phone and someone's got an advertisement for it. You all know it's not paranoia. It's real, absolute real. So the census is nothing. It's absolutely nothing.
Right, big answers evening all. Keith Powell says Ped wasn't that review of the 3 songs called Hit or Miss.
It probably was. It sounds about right.
Jim Thompson says music quizzes are okay, but that hit list on BBC One with Marvin and his missus is a bit rubbish.
See, I don't mind that. The contestants do me head in because some of them are just like, some of them are just weird. But I don't mind that show. But
fair enough. AJ says, sexual healing. We got that, and one more which you two must get by only these words. I only need 2 of the words, AJ. And I'm only going to read 2 of the words to Ped because I know Ped will get it with these 2 words as well, quite easily. Children, behave.
That's what they say when we're together. What is it, Ned?
I'm not sure.
You're awful. You're supposed to be a student of music.
Tiffany.
I think we're alone now.
Baldy Nugget says, finally decided to become a patron. Can't believe I've missed out for so long. Great content, lads. Thank you very much, Baldy Nugget. We are delighted to have you and your great name. And Gary Ward, our welcomer, is underneath welcoming him in. Andrew Ryan says, if you need a new game to play, Disco Elysium has just came out on the PS4 5. It's an absolutely amazing game.
Disco
Enlighten us, Andrew, with a little bit more info. Tell me it's not you just don't put it on and dance. Well, let me know. Paul Taylor says, funny you mentioned Assassin's Creed Valhalla, as I just started it last night on my new PS5. How good is it, Paul? It's massive, though, the game. But it's good. You can play it on the PS4. Gareth Hughes says, I think with regards to playing under 23s, etc. in cup competitions, right now before the reforms, it needs to be declared at the start of a tournament what side you're playing. Maybe name a 23-man squad like the league. Hate it when clubs play all the kids against lesser opponents, but then get to the semi and say, here come the big boys. I know it's the rules, but I hate it. But you only hate it because you think if we get them, they'll play the kids, and then when they roll out Kevin De Bruyne, you gut it. If they're in the squad, they're in the squad, Gareth. Jake Ablett says, I've only ever seen Ped at the match twice. one was at Southampton away when I gate-crashed his live reaction, and I was sat by him at the Newcastle collapse, so didn't get a chance to say hello as I stormed out the ground.
He's always in Ken Wright's box, isn't he?
I mean, let's move on. That Newcastle game, oh my God. Still got flashbacks of that. Andy, the lad that sat next to me, got up.
2-2.
So it was 2-0, he got up, there's a couple of minutes left, because he lives miles away. He was like, I'm getting off. And I was like, you're confident, aren't you? And he went, and he started laughing and went, sorted. He got off. Next game, he come in, I was like, mate. And he was like, what happened? I left, we were in total control. With heading into injury time, I was like, yeah.
He must have checked his phone.
And then we Evertoned it. Huh? Yeah, he couldn't believe it. So when he got to the car, he checked the thing and it was 2-2 and he was like... Phenomenal Bobby Brogue says, your pain is equal to the love you had when you lose someone close. The pain you feel is a good thing. I know everybody knows that, but it's something people should always be reminded of. Yeah. It is. It's you're right. You're absolutely right. When someone goes, you do, and you feel that strong sense of loss. That's because how much they meant to you. Yeah, absolutely.
England
right.
are currently winning.
Are they?
And Portugal are currently beating Switzerland.
Which means what?
So England would have to. I think if England were to score again, and Portugal were to score again,
they can sneak through.
Yeah.
Mad. Graham Ferguson says, evening lads, read a few comments about who people want to play in the first game at Bramley Moore. Doc, I was wondering why so many want to play Celtic. Yeah, I don't get it either, but I know Ped would like to see that.
I think it's just the fans. That's
Why
all. They're not a club of any.
They sing "You'll Never Walk Alone." That alone to me should not be allowed anywhere near our stadium.
Borussia Dortmund.
Well, they've been in the three teams I said, were they?
I'm just saying.
No, someone offered me Dortmund, I wouldn't play Dortmund. I'll go Real Madrid, Barca or Juve, Bayern Munich. Mike says, Badge, you still doing Lent? Yes, mate. He's suffering without some chocolate at the minute, not going to lie. I know, but we're close now, aren't we? Few more days. Job done. Mitchell said, was that a Kermit rendition of Crazy?
What?
When you were singing it before.
Crazy, I'm crazy.
You haven't done a Kermit, have you?
It's Piggy. Was that Glenn?
That was a bit Glenish.
Big Glenn.
That was
and
a
Superstar.
Bit, it was a
Which
bit
is amazing.
A bit Glenn.
My father used to have a hardware store.
I mean, you went from it started off.
Now I'm running out of business.
Don't. Your dad. Oh yeah, Ned's dad's in the comments. In your lifetime, who would you say was Everton's most underrated player? I've been watching some games in the 80s and surprised how good Alan Harper actually was, and he didn't half work out. Harper was brilliant. Alan Harper was absolutely brilliant, and I will be speaking to Alan Harper, interviewing him.
Joseph Parkinson.
Brilliant. Parky was good.
Joseph
Parky was good. Most underrated. Don't know. Harper and Richardson were brilliant for Everton. Absolutely brilliant.
Richardson went on and won a league title.
Another league title, yeah. So they were really good. Was Garner underrated?
No, because he went to Paris Saint-Germain.
I always liked McCarthy, but the injury didn't help him and Koeman.
But he only really had one good season for Everton, didn't he? Because the injuries took over, and he was never quite the same after that first. After Martinez decided he knew best.
Wolfsburg.
But good player though. Good player. But Ian Clark says to you, Dad, enough said. Harper wins the most underrated player award, hands down. Eugene says, who do you think will win the World Cup in Qatar?
I don't know. Is the question. Probably France have got a really good chance. At the moment, France are the only sort of, I don't know, there's no real standout team at the moment, is there? Spain are a bit meh. Germany are a bit meh.
France are very good, very strong. England have got half a chance. And I say half a chance because of the forward players, but I don't know whether there's enough elsewhere. The midfield, when you look at it compared to France's, is nowhere. But that's why I'd always back them. France over England. Brazil, always come good around tournament time or get stronger. Germany always gets stronger around tournaments. Belgium have still got a hell of a side.
Belgium will be at their absolute peak, wouldn't it?
So
Romelu would be 28, Kevin De Bruyne would be 31.
Yeah, but still got it, yeah.
And Martinez would still be bold.
He would. Liam Monroe says, great show, lads. Loving the blue mood in the city at the moment. All these Reds still having a pop about Bramley Moore.
Blue mood.
We did ask them enough time to give their opinions and they never showed up. Yeah, what can you say?
I can't wait till we move into the DH Gate Stadium. It's going to be amazing.
DH Gate.
I'm trying to get a bet off there.
You're trying to get a bed off the H-Gate? You don't order beds from the H-Gate.
I sent my mum a link.
I know where
she
you
was
can.
like, that's
We
crap.
should order it from the same place we got this couch.
What, We Buy? Was it We Buy?
We Buy, yeah.
Yeah, there's one on there for 50 quid.
Came from China.
My mum said, you're not getting a
Why
bed
does
off
your
We
mum
Buy."
talk like an elderly woman?
Well, she doesn't sort.
Well, you've just gone, oh, Mathew, put your lizard down.
That sounded exactly like my mum.
Joe Maloney says exactly the same for me. Fella sat next to me, got up early at 2-0 and said, good win today, lad.
Can we stop talking about that game,
It was
please?
horrible, wasn't it?
Honestly, I hate it.
Ricky Kane said he lost his dad to suicide 6 years ago. Seeing his passion for Everton made me fall in love with this club and it became our passion. Every time the Blues plays there in spirit. Yeah, very, very sad, Ricky.
Sad.
Um,
I hope there's I need to look at the plans properly, but is there like a remembrance garden at Goodison?
Oh, in the new one?
When the
I
new,
think
no,
there
like
was something,
no
wasn't there?
at Goodison now.
No,
like
no.
when we move, like
Yeah.
it'd be nice if there was an area,
Yeah.
maybe around like the gate, with some benches where people could just go, because obviously people have left ashes there and stuff, and obviously, you know, it's a place we'd love to for Goodison might be a place for a lot of people where they feel closest to their relatives, because it's somewhere they shared with them, and they mightn't have that. You know, you go to the park, don't you? Sometimes you see the benches and stuff like that, and it is dead nice, and you can just picture two people together on that bench who've had a walk, and someone can go there and sit down feel like
a little bit like Afterlife, that, innit?
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't have to have a plaque on the bench. I'm not suggesting that, but maybe, I don't know, at the moment where, like, I know that wall's staying, so all that brickwork staying with these things on. So it'd be nice if, like, maybe Everton did. I know they're doing the path for the mental health place they're doing. So maybe they could get a walkway with loads of bricks on and stuff, and people maybe who've had members of family who've lost family, or have got ashes there, or who've just lost people, could buy a brick. Money could go to charity, but also you could go and sit down and just contemplate life. Because I know there's sounds morbid, but at the Creme there's done a little area with the just behind the Creme, and it's basically like the Lost Baby Society. It's for people who lost, like, through who lost babies obviously before they were born and stuff, and haven't got a physical grave.
No.
Somewhere where they can go. Just like a little quiet garden, and it could be this. It'd be nice to have something like that at Goodison. Yeah,
maybe like you say, I haven't looked at the plans, but make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you're watching. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't. John Barton says has to be Aston Villa for the first game to new ground, oldest fixture in top flight football. Great name there, John Barton. Should be Everton right back. June Cairns, do you prefer Everton to playing blue or White Sox? I prefer them to playing blue.
I'd have an all blue kit. I've said this before and I'll say it again.
Okay. Douglas Taggart says Gary Stevens was the most underrated Everton player. Gary Stevens was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Rick, I'll ignore your Everton comment, Rick, but anyone like Major League Soccer? Yes, I do like Major League Soccer. Really like it. Where are we? Douglas watched the Dutch under-23s last night, some really exciting players. Let's hope Brands is doing it. Where were we up to there? Done the Celtic. AJ's back with 3 more. Got a call from an old friend. We used to be real close. Said he couldn't go on the American way. Closed the shop, sold the house, bought a ticket to the West Coast. Now he gives them a stand-up routine in LA.
Are you sure that's not just a story he's telling?
He might have done. He might have done. Don't know. No, I'm not feeling that at the minute. No. This is the second one. You took my heart and turned me on, and now the danger sign is on. Never thought the day would come where I would feel alone without you.
I don't know. Have we ever failed to get one?
And then
Out
the
of
third
three.
one, we
Many
know the
times.
third one. I would like to leave this city, this old town. Don't smell too
I would
pretty.
like to leave the city.
He doesn't sing like that, so
I
why is he
I don't
doing
know
it?
why he does it.
True.
It
Just
really
sing
annoys
it
me.
normally. I can feel a warning sign. Just sing normally. Carl said, did the Champions League format get approved today? Last thing I saw, an article in The Athletic saying the sponsors weren't happy. Seems to have gone quiet since that.
Last thing I saw on it was a video put out by the Footy Show discussing the matters at hand. No, I think it's going to be April the 19th, I
Yeah,
think.
it's been postponed. Yeah.
I've just published Ped's reaction,
But
which
it
is
does
very
feel like-
interesting.
It does feel like it's going to happen, and it's going to be a real Debbie Downer if it does. No, it's crap, isn't it? It's you know, it's just keeping the status quo, isn't it? Keeping all those teams who might miss out, who normally get it, in, and that's not. How's that fair? Competition's supposed to be the higher you finish, the better the prize. Not, oh, you finish 5th, but the team behind you finished 6th and they're getting the Champions League. Sorry. You know, or you finished in the top 4. Oh, you get Champions League, but you're not getting as much money because this team finished 6th and you know, they've always played in the Champions League. So we can't stop that, can we?
Yeah.
You know,
If you're new to this news, by the way, and you want to know more about it and listen to what Ped thinks about it, then get over to the Footy Show channel.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. I mean,
Subscribe to the
that
Footy
man-
Show channel now.
that man could sell
Sell.
sand
He could.
to people who live in sandy places.
He could easily. Quite easily. Um,
That man could sell ginger hair to Weasleys. That's how good he is.
He could.
That's how good he is.
AJ says
got
you heard
money.
about that kidnapping at the school. Don't worry, he woke up. Keith says, worst joke ever. Keith says you guys are going to have an agony aunt show. We did talk about it. Maybe we do need to. Yeah, I think we will have one on Patreon. A little chat with people if they want to get anything off the chest, because obviously more and more of these things are popping up now. Yeah, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow, Keith. Who knows? AJ says it does annoy me because men don't talk to each other properly without it being a joke, because that is how society tells us we're meant to be. It needs to change, and social media makes it worse because more people are bothered about 10 seconds of fame than a lifetime, and other people telling you how you should look. Like Love Island, full of people looking orange, and so many people of both genders are shown as people of perfection and think that's how they have to be. AJ also says, and we are a society that is about sides. So if someone tells you something, they'll go, well, you're a lefty snowflake, I'm not listening to you. And where people's opinions are more valid than people's facts. Kev, Big T, says, I'd like to say that you guys really helped me too. I'm a full-time carer for my daughter who is blind and autistic. Things can get very hard sometimes, and I've had my struggles with mental health over the years.
Can imagine.
Again, if we help in any way, then that's great, really. But like we said, we're here, you can message us, or you want to talk, or you want to get something off your chest or whatever, do it. Don't sit and suffer in silence. Yeah. Gray Lead said, I left Facebook and Instagram in 2014, nearly 7 years ago now. Absolute bliss. Yeah, fair play to him. I don't use Facebook,
If you want
and
somewhere
I hardly
to go,
ever go on Twitter.
if you want somewhere to go, genuinely, right,
Oh yeah,
go to the. We have a Discord for our patrons, but my other sideline with Aaron We have a Discord for the Nerd Social Club. People talk about everything on there. So if you're into like footy and sports and footy and sports, but movies and TV, it's a really good way of just coming in and having a chat with people. And you might be stuck at home, and you might have been stuck at home all year, and you just want to get into Discord's really good because it's like Twitter, but for nice, friendly people who won't give you any grief back. So,
well, you mean normal, balanced people?
There's some normal, balanced people who get involved in nonsense.
Is there?
I think so.
I think if you start pointing fingers and abusing people, you're not balanced. In my opinion.
I'm not balanced.
Well, you're not. You're opinionated.
So if you want to join the Discord, honestly, this is not me selling because I've got nothing to sell.
But if you're a patron, we do have Discord, of course, here. Yeah. So go and join that, or go on it. So you've got somewhere else. But yeah, go and check out that as well, because that's slightly different than what ours is. So do both. Why not? You've got the time and you just want to talk about something else.
If you get the Discord app, you can have them both next to each other and you can just swap.
Dip in out. Dip in. Andy Walker says, while absolutely nowhere near the desperation of some, there was a spell last year where I was down and it was one story on the Toffee TV that in a flash broke the dam. I laughed for hours and have been upbeat ever since. Thank you so much, chaps. And to that story, of Brian Harvey driving over his own head. How'd you drive over your own head?
How'd you drive?
Saying that though, check out his YouTube channel because he's after Daniela Westbrook big time, isn't he? Because she's shopped him big time. And he's just like, his video, he sent me the thing, videos on, his videos are mad. But yeah, that was a classic, that was an absolute classic moment, Andy, on Patreon. The chat about Brian Harvey.
Do you know what, last week, we wanted to do an Any Other Business on Patreon, and we were looking for like happy, upbeat stories, and we couldn't find any. The news was just all grim. So we left it because we were just like, let's stay away from that for now.
On the super chat, Mitchell, nice one, Mitchell, says, will we ever see a ped marathon on the channel? I know he loves his running and he's been plugging a bit, but live at 5 makes my week.
I don't think I'm capable of
You know what I thought last night? And I don't know why I thought this. Probably in one of my moments when I'm thinking, what can we do for a chat? Well, you know what? This is probably the worst idea ever. But should we do something where we actually like stream for like 24 hours? Not like 4 a course or something.
4 a course.
Oh, I can't make it.
Would that be possible?
I can't make it for that, lad.
It would be possible. Of course it would be possible.
Would
one of us would have to be here all the time.
My God.
So you could go...
Baz has gone for a sleep in the corner.
So like you could go to the toilet or something or whatever.
We could like play Pez and stuff.
Or grab some... Yeah, we could.
Or like, what about like a 12-hour one then? Even. Do you know what I mean? Like
we could do a 24-hour one. Because we could break it up with having different guests on or playing Pez.
What about for like for something like
Or we could do like a watch-along where like we're watching a film and they're watching a film at the same time and we like critique the film, like we do like a DVD commentary. So it wouldn't be a new film.
So this started out in my head as this might be the stupidest idea I've had.
Got it mapped out.
But now it sounds amazing.
We'd have like a bit of a Pez thing and we could get someone online and play them online. Right?
Because we'd have the time, we could have plan it and go.
And then we could do like a film. So we could get a film that we could have.
Because we've done like the sleep out and stuff. We could do it for like.
We could have a vote on the film and say like, what film should we watch, right? And like whatever it is, don't know. It could be anything. So we could do like a vote, and we could like do a vote. Whoever wins, we have to watch it. But we all watch it together. So we're like, press play now.
What live reactions to film?
It's gonna be The Room.
It can't be The Room. It can't be a horror film. I'm not staying in here in the night.
So it'd be like a DVD, be like a DVD commentary on the film. Like we wouldn't watch it in silence. That's why that have to be something we all loved and we'd already watched.
So it'd be like a big goggle box.
And then we'd have a laugh watching it. And
imagine if there was like a footy match on as well. Have like our soccer box or toffee box as we could.
We could do a watch along. It could be like this. Could be in the Euros.
Could be interesting.
If it was the Euros and there was like 3 games back to back, I mean, how much time would that take up?
I know, but we could do other things that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
No, I'm just saying.
So it wasn't that bad an idea, really, was it?
It's not that bad. I mean, we'd have to have a genuine cause for it and have a way of raising the money, of course.
It's a thought, isn't it? We could certainly do something on Patreon first, like a shorter version of it, and just mix every nut, and then if it's if it went all right, then do like a 24-hour one, which is a tattoo.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have that much.
Which
I don't
YouTube.
think I'd have that much of an issue staying up for 24 hours.
No. But if you were knackered for a bit, you could get your head down for a couple of hours and then carry on, couldn't you?
Yeah,
I think that'd be quite
funny.
funny.
Move the camera that way onto that couch, and I could be like that.
There you go, and then we just swap it
swap
out.
it over.
And then go, you'd have him, no? Imagine him walking out the phone, his Baz asleep, his Baz drooling.
You'd say like us two
You'd have them PNT then on a thumbnail like that.
You'd say us two are having a kit for 2 hours. We're going to leave you with never 2 hours. We've got 1,000 people watching. And when you wake up, there'll be 0 people watching.
That'd be like,
and me just going, I just love
be like
Beard
Father
Dragons.
Ted when they go into the caravan and they'd be like, they're trying to get some sleep, and you're like,
It could be a
like
good
the father
idea.
going,
It could
come on,
be.
let's play a game. When it's Graham Norton.
As the Bear says, love the content, keep it up, lads. Also says, like and subscribe, exercise those thumbs. Come on, you blues.
Road to 50,000 subscribers.
It is. We are close to 50,000. If you're watching and you haven't subbed, get us that little bit closer. Thank you very much.
600 to go.
Mitchell says you've done a 10-hour one for Ball Street for transfer deadline a few years ago. Yeah.
But we got to have breaks in there.
He did.
And it didn't go through the night.
We've done it. We've done a couple of deadline days, haven't we? Which were good. Which are really good, actually. The engagement on them is brilliant.
I don't think it's that hard when you're just sitting here talking. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah.
It's just obviously the fatigue of it. Well, obviously, if you were going through the night.
Yeah. Be a laugh. It'd be a laugh. Thomas says it's therapy for me to hear my native Scouse spoken, as there are no Scousers here in Vancouver. For now, anyway. Glenn Watson says Toffee TV is the 18, Baz is Hannibal, Piv is Face, Who is B.A. Baracus, and Mad Murdoch out of you two. You'd beat B.A., wouldn't you? He couldn't beat B.A., could he?
With his tallness, though.
Oh, I can't like fly in. He just couldn't do it, could he? He is tall enough. David Sullivan said...
I ain't getting on no plane!
David Sullivan.
Have you watched the 18?
No.
David Sullivan said, do you think Ned could take Ped shouting at him for 12 hours?
I haven't shouted at him once today.
Random Uploads 1987 says, yeah, 24-hour stream would be great. 24-hour Toffee TV. Yes.
Oh my God.
It's it. Listen, it was something that I just thought of last night, and now I think it could be a good thing.
What I like is you've had the idea of the thing, but you don't know why we do it.
No, but we could raise money for everyone in the community, or for like mental health or something, or whatever, couldn't we? And we could get like food in and stuff. Be exciting.
Oh yeah, people could just like
send us.
People
stuff.
could send us food, couldn't it? It'd be like just
to keep us awake.
Yeah, just like you know.
Haribo.
No, like when you've seen that
it's
thing.
It's gonna be like make Ned eat the hottest thing in the world.
No, I wouldn't do. No, what though? I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't do that to you.
That to you would be eating like a mild curry rice and chips from the chippy. A korma would destroy you, I should imagine.
Yeah. To be fair, you are so pale that I can see your organs.
I should have wore shades today. You two bouncing in with the legs, yours especially.
Mine are covered in
baldy nuggets.
Mine are denser though. Look at them. Look at that.
Baldy nuggets.
Do you shave your legs?
What have I do? What have I do?
I'm just saying that's
what have and what? What have you did? Haven't you learned anything from the last hour and 15 minutes?
What have I shave other parts
If you let
of
me
my body?
finish, I'm about to say
you can try Manscaped. Oh no, they haven't sent us any yet.
I've got a Manscaped.
No, you have.
They sent me one.
Don't mention the name because they were talking about sponsoring us.
They might send me one. Us one. You get it. You'd be next in line. I've got one. It's called something like the Tractor 2. No, it's not. It's called the Power Mower.
Wait till I've swallowed me water.
Pardon?
Right. Baldy Nugget says, has there been any updates on what's happening with season tickets for next season?
No, there hasn't, has there? They're all going to want all our money in one go.
They've got all my money because they've never sent it back to me. So they've either kept it or they've got it somewhere. AJ says England won't win a trophy till Southgate's gone. I think for the Euros, Latan will carry Sweden and win it. Matthew Barry says, evening lads, just got home late. Most underrated player, Kevin Richardson. Yep. AJ says, wasn't sure if you need the first two because I said they weren't 80s, but My Life, I know My Life, Billy Joel. I don't know why I didn't get that, but Red Light Spells Danger, Billy Ocean, I didn't know that one.
Remember we were singing that at Goodison? Remember when we did Sleep Out with Sarah? And we were singing it, and Unsworth was behind us trying to get to sleep, and we're like, Red Light Spells Danger.
Yeah, oh, no.
Oh, tremendous.
Incredible times. Well, that was where we stayed on. That was a good laugh, wasn't it? So that's what it was, that's like the thing with the stream, isn't it? Terry McAllister, talks about Terry, says my choice for the first games at Bramley Moore Dock would be Bayern Munich, Goodison's greatest night, Rapid Vienna, our only European final win, or Bolton, the first opponents played at Goodison Park. The first game should have symbolism. Real Madrid or Barca look good commercially, but no story behind it. I know, but Everton versus Bolton.
Does it really need us? Aren't we? Isn't that what we're guilty of, though? Is that kind of thing at Everton Football Club? Are we too guilty at looking back when we should be looking forward?
Let's create new history. Real Madrid.
History's always been created.
Richard Folk says, what about a patron ultra marathon? A patron completes a mile each and we raise money for a good cause.
Who's going to raise the money, though? Because you did a mile?
Maybe donate. You donate.
I don't know.
We'll think of something, don't worry.
I'd like to run a marathon again. The only problem is, my feet go numb at 10k. So that's not really that good, is it?
No.
So
me and my mates from like this woman owned a pub. She just said, "Oh, we're doing a 7-a-side. It's £10 to play. There's all on subs if you want it, and all the money's going to Alder A." I'm used to get about 30 people.
Always you.
That.
Always reflected back on you.
We've been invited to play for the Rainbow Toffees in the summer in a charity game. Do you know what though? That's actually a good idea, Ned. A charity game of football, as in a tournament, like a 5-a-side tournament, would be really good if we could organise it. I know other people have organised that kind of thing, and that would be good because obviously using the channel's name, we can get it loads of publicity and do it that way. So that is actually something I would think of going forward, something like that. Maybe get other fan media sites involved to put teams in. Anyone, really.
Final
interesting.
Toffee TV 11 versus Redmen 11.
No, that would be Everton.
Sol says, evening lads, your channel has really given me something to look forward to in this period. Who's the first player you think of for best all-time Prem goal scorer? Alan Shearer, who is the top goal scorer of all time in the Premier League. So yeah, that's who I think of, really.
Thierry Henry.
Rugby League history says if you could go back in time, would you go back to 1892 and pay the rent? Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what though, right? Genuinely, right? That would have dire consequences though for a lot of us, wouldn't it? That would be like Marty McFly's trying to get into him. Territory, that. Because if there was no Everton, how many of our lives would be different?
Yeah.
Would you even be born?
Who knows?
Do you know what I mean?
Who knows?
Did your dad come home after an Everton match dead happy and a little bit rowdy and got it? No, but you know what I mean? Who knows? Would our lives, I don't know if we'd all be here. So you got to think about that consequence.
Told you. St Helens Fan TV.
Would we be here though to do it?
Blue Nose Dublin says Starsky and Nuts with Huggy Bear behind the camera. You lot, great show, lads. Mitchell says, does Baz still have a bit about him? I've seen Ped for Ball Street, he's half decent.
I mean, I'd like to think... No, I mean, knowing you see me playing for Ball Street, I was definitely not at my best when I played for Ball Street. When we played at Goodison in the tournament, that's when we were at our best. Yeah. Well, not at our best, but when we were better. The Ball Street game, when we played Spencer's Lot, it was not roasting off. We had to play 2-hour games. I was not in any kind of physical condition to play in it. So I wasn't at my best. And yeah.
We're definitely going to do something with the Redmen, some challenges, aren't we, over this summer. So we're going to beat them this time, me and Pedro. You know what's annoying? That footy, there's no way we should lose to those two. The technique pair of us have got, technical ability versus the other
wind.
two. I know, but we lost.
It was a freak.
No way we
I know, but it was a freak. It was a freak goal for wind that kicked through my ball.
I took your ball miles away, and that was really what cost us, wasn't it? So we will get the Al crossbar challenges out and all that. We'll beat them in that, mate. We'll smash them in that. AJ says, get Michael Owen in as a guest towards the night because he'd get you to sleep. No one's sending Orange Club in during the 24-hour stream. Nasty. I'm not even reading your joke after a comment like that. Mitchell says, say what you want about our fans, but it's brilliant that they haven't blamed Dom and Tom for the pandemic. Must have took a lot of energy and willpower to do that. Yeah, right. I'll do one final refresh. Liam's with me on Alan Shearer all day Premier League top scorer. Well, he is. I mean, that's why. Because quite frankly, he is the Premier League top scorer.
That's the thing he did.
He did. Put the ball. I mean, Henry was a better footballer, of course he was. Can Sergio Aguero score 8 goals in his final games for City and become the 3rd top scorer of all time?
See it.
I hope he wins the Champions League though last season.
Yeah, let's hope he wins everything this season. Let's hope he wins everything. Good way to go.
He's got a chance, like, hasn't he? He's got a chance.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously they've won. They'll win the league, won't they? So.
Spells danger.
Yeah, loving that now, you aren't you?
In my head.
Everton Rose says R.I.P. Claude. Definitely Rose. Also says up the Toffees. Yeah, definitely. Very.
It's sad.
Very sad. Very sad. Joseph says Everton Rose, I love you. So a little bit of appreciation going on. Fair play. I like that. I like that.
We said we were waiting. I mean, I'm not saying on that, but we were saying, weren't we? We know we'll have done really well when someone starts a relationship through our channel. That's when we know. That's when we know. When someone turns up and goes, we're calling this baby Brad Ped McDougal or whatever its name is, in honour of you two guys, because if it wasn't for you two guys, we would never have met. And this baby is a representation. I call it like Steve Toffee TV, whatever its second name is, just because that's the kind of respect.
Because of that.
Respect I think we would deserve from it. So that's when we know we've really cracked it.
Yeah, definitely. You know? Rose also says, let's get Peb and Bass to 50k.
Yeah, nice and nearly 25 million views as well.
Not more than 25 million.
You see that, but on Social Blade, we want to get.
I don't listen to Social Blade. I listen to our actual official thing, which is 25.3. But there you go. Mitchell says, thanks for the stream. Andy Mark says, Rose with a couple of hearts. Rose is attracting the love. Fair play. Fair play.
Someone from Tyneside has just been ringing me then, and I put the phone down on them.
There you go. St. Leighton Skill says, reckon the Koulibaly rumours are true. I hope not. I'd never say never, but it's still a bit of a mad one to me.
Just like
for the money.
Justin Bieber. Never say never.
Never say never. Caesar's channel says, is March Madness talked about in the UK? No, mate.
Is that the college basketball?
The college
thing?
Basketball, but it's not because no one cares. Let's get it. It's college basketball. We understand the importance of it to you, but no one cares over here because it's college basketball. We have no affinity to your colleges, so no one cares. None of yours. I mean, college sport is shown on here on like the Ocho, but no one cares because we don't have that affinity like you do with your colleges for obvious reasons. It's your college.
Don't forget, play Toffee Picks if you want to. It's free. You can win a share of the £500 prize pot for the Everton Palace game. We're giving away £500 for every Everton game. It's free to play. ToffeePicks.com. You have to be 18 to play. Terms and conditions do apply. And please play responsibly. But your chance to win some money on an Everton game.
Somebody
there you go.
Will win a share of that money.
Definitely.
Like, it's not like, oh, you might win or someone else might win or blah, blah, blah. Someone is winning. Someone who takes part in Toffee Picks, which is our game. It's not anyone else's game. It's our game. Is winning a share of £500. The last time 5 people won £100 each.
There you
which
go.
Is lovely.
Very quickly, Lewis Mason said Dom is sub for the Poland game. Jordan says, have you seen Inter Milan's new badge? Baby, I think it's horrible.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Stuart says, who's the alpha ginger?
I mean, clearly it's me.
Anthony,
he's not even a beta ginger.
No. I'm a proper ginger though. You're like a...
No, I am a 42-year-old ginger.
So you're like fading blonde.
I am so blessed that I am not a Weasley like you. I never really have been a Weasley.
Michael7799 says, just a matter of time for someone asked to host a wedding on Toffee TV.
I'm up for it.
Play. We'll even do that thing we do in America. You can take the minister.
Do you know whose wedding I hope it is?
Rose and who?
No, Dichel's second.
Dichel renew second with. I thought you meant renewing his vows. No, Dichel sent us beautiful stuff today.
Beautiful.
Anthony Young says,
Why
"Hi fellas, with
finger in the box.
our first game at Bramley Moore Stadium, he doesn't care as long as we win. Otherwise, it'll be a laughing stock."
I think that box might be a cry for help.
There's a secret note inside that says, "Send this back with a George Foreman grilling." I'm sneaking it in my guy.
GDI says, "Evening lads."
It's got a return
I mean,
address on.
I can only apologise.
It's got a return address on saying, "This is where I am, please help."
GDI wants to know how Maguire is in the England side ahead of Keane.
Because he's Man United. Because he's Man United centre back.
Our Tyrone Mings and Connor Cody. Connor Cody, right, has captained England twice.
Has he? Shut up.
He has. Yes, he's captained them twice. No, don't get me wrong. I think Connor Cody's a decent defender, but he's captained England twice. How does that happen? Michael Keane was in the last squads before this, has done absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, has been really consistent, right? And is not in the squad because of Tyrone Mings.
If you look at Keane's numbers, isn't he like the player of the season on stats or something?
Don't know. I'm not there. It's England, isn't it? It's England. Liam wants you to sing Mustang Sally Webster.
Mustang Sally Webster. Mustang and Sally Webster.
Mustang. Why is you singing like
hey,
that?
I went to my missus after someone called me Sally Webster. Right? And she said, "What's up with you?" I said, "I'm in a mood." Someone said I look like Sally Webster in the live. She said, "Who's Sally Webster?" I said, "Google her." She Googled her and she started laughing her head off. And she went,
he does.
It does.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you do. You look a little bit. You look like a ginger Sally Webster, you do. Oh, with your transparent skin.
Sean Alty says, "Would you take Aguero on a free?" Yes, random upload. Keep up the great work, lads. I'll catch you up when I'm home from hospital. Take care. Take care of yourself, mate. Hope you.
Yeah.
It all goes well and you make a very
speedy recovery.
You know who hasn't been in the comments for a while?
Gary, who runs the film thing. What's his name? Gary.
Real Tours?
Yeah.
He was in like early on.
Oh, was he? Well, why didn't you mention him then?
Because it went dead quick.
Congratulations, Gary, who got named as one in the 100 most influential people on Merseyside.
Gary was.
And
we weren't. That's a disgrace.
Well, there is a bit of... Not that you were in it, we weren't, but that we weren't along with you.
Well in, Gary, lad.
Well in,
he
Gary.
was definitely there somewhere.
Well in, Gas, for being one of the most influential... I mean, you haven't got numbers like us, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
I mean, it sounds like it matters. It sounds like
but we know why we're not in it, because of the publication it come from. Literally terrified of us. Yeah. Terrified of us. Like, you know, when someone has an interview with some person you've never heard of, they'll do a full page spread. Yeah, we have an amazing interview with Jamie Carragher and not even a word of them. But that's fine. That's fine. Not bitter.
We'll call them out big time soon and destroy every one of their journalists through a blitz.
Yeah. With the Manchester-based newspaper.
Yeah. Lewis has just done his Toffee Picks, lads. Everton to win 2-0 and Dom to score.
Go and do your Toffee Picks.
Do we?
That's what you put, isn't it?
And Eddie Lowe, he says, first game at Bramley Moore, I'd have a Legends game and then leave it at that. Fair enough. Everyone's got their own opinion on it, Sam.
I was thinking a testimonial, but it depends who. Whether Seamus will be around.
The which?
I was thinking a testimonial.
What about
Jags and Baines?
What about MLS All-Stars? They come over here.
For the MLS
and
game.
It's Tim Howard's testimonial. Stroke Jagielka, stroke Baines.
Stroke Joe Maxmore.
Oh, get the band back together.
Get the band back
Moyes
together.
on the touchline.
Do we? Right, I'm going.
Cool.
Going. Right, let's go. That is us done.
I mean, if you mean it, do we?
Michael 7799 says, aren't you two excluded from that most influential thing? There has to be a bit of competition, lads. It's unfair if you're involved. Michael, I like your take on it, so that's what we're going to fit.
I'll tell you what I like, Michael.
I like your thinking, Michael.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, Hayden said, buzzing, he won on Toffee Picks for the England game. He was one of the winners.
Oh, we got
outstanding,
400 quid.
You did? Yeah. We were...
We
were told nobody from our game won it.
That was early on, though, wasn't it? Before they'd done all of these.
Yeah, when they updated.
So if you won a Hayden, outstanding, well done. Just shows anyone can win. So there you go. Right, that's us done.
Send us some orange clubs to celebrate.
Not orange, don't. We're going. Thanks very much for everyone watching. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We're going to getting very close to the 50k. England under 21s are now 2-0 up.
Ooh, that makes it really interesting. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at the league.
Please check out the footy show as well. There's a new video.
Check out the footy show. Listen, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the footy show, go and subscribe to it, please. It's just general footy stuff. This is Everton.
Oh, England are in second place because Portugal are 3-0 up.
We'll do a video on the footy show. Go and join the footy show. Follow us on Twitter as well at the footy show 1 and Instagram as well. If you like all of that.
England have gone from bottom.
Just for footy news. That's all.
Oh my God, it's all going off.
It is all going on. Right.
Go and watch it, 15 minutes. Dead exciting ending because it'll be like if England score, if another team score, oh, it's going to be tremendous.
Is it? No, take care.
I don't really care.
See you later.
I'm just going to stay here and rub orange clubs on your face.
Listen, Sally Webster, wind your neck in.
I never said it.
You're like if Sally Webster and Ron Weasley had a chat.
Right, I'm going. I'm going home.
Go ahead, Tina.
See you later.
See ya.